Hey y'all, Freeze Cracked here. Hey, I thought I'd make myself look ignorant again by showing you, or attempting to show you, what it's like to beat some of the cortex off of Coastal Plains chert. There's, and you can use solids, you know. And the real problem is, first thing you got to do is find an end to knock off. Like, see where it's thin right here? Well, where it's thin, you can usually tap down or something and get you an area exposed. This stuff is kind of cool. I like this kind of rock, but it really ought to be heated. I've worked it raw, but I can't say that it's easy to work or a pleasing result, but I like the color of it. Kind of a honey color. You want to support it super strong back edge support, and you want to abrade like heck and drive in hard, because even doing that, there'll be a lot of time where you have it where that cortex dampens your blow and you just can't do anything. It's really interesting to me how all, rocks are kind of different from each other. The material consistency and everything on this rock is different looking. But there's something about it I really like. I wish I had this is almost something I'd be willing to work percussion slabs of. That one I kind of hit, at a weird angle to get like a corner of the billet to really put some power into it. But isn't that pretty? I just think it's a cool looking rock. Kind of like a rock honey. Okay, so this is a problem. I think I'll attempt to, I think this is all cortex right here. That's not regular rock, that's just cortex. But I got a good knob of it here, so I'm going to try and hit it, but it probably won't work. It did too. It was hard for some reason. This kind of stuff is such good practice. And the reason I say that is, if you don't hit it really hard, nothing's going to happen. And practicing and getting good at hitting something hard and accurately, big old knob here. So I'm going to turn it up on the knob and just kind of hit down. Nothing. See, that cortex is just chalky. And when you hit that stuff, it don't do nothing. Try and hit up in this little hole of it. Nothing's happening. One of the problems too with this particular kind of rock is the rock itself isn't super hard. I mean, it's not nearly as hard as some of the other rock. And the cortex dampens the blows. So you can batter the crap out of the rock itself trying to get the cortex off of it if you're not careful. At this point, it's kind of turning into a classic zigzaggy kind of situation. But it just really isn't shaped for that. I'm going to try something really crazy. I don't know that this will work at all. I got this huge step here. I'm just going to hit real hard on this edge and see if it undercuts it. Yep. That was one of those last ditch kind of thoughts. Then I still got a big piece of that left, so I'm going to turn this up and see if I can hit downward. No, it just crushed. Alright, so let's see if I can hit on it and wrap it. No, I just kept that same angle. Okay, so now it's gone. I don't even know if you can tell what I'm doing, but I'm getting creative. This is really too low, but I'm hoping just to under there with it. Wheel. Some of the sharp edges off. Already cut my palm a time or two in the past day or so. I shouldn't have showed y'all that, but what's done is done. I mean, it worked at steep angle, but okay, now you can see I got the support back around the middle. All I was doing is hitting downward at a particular angle that I figured, like when I come like this, I just know that the angle is right, and it's going more or less straight in. So therefore, unless it goes to where I've got the support, which is about the middle, it's not going to step out or do anything. And if you've got such a good eye, or you get such a good eye that your angle is perfect, well, no, you don't really need support. I mean, if the angle is perfect, it's perfect. This is annoying. It just keeps crushing on that knot there, and it pisses me off. I wanted that to leave so I could whack back the other way on this, and now I've got this compound fractured corner here that I can't do much of anything with. Okay, that helped. I'm trying to just squeeze in here. understood why people pull up in other people's driveways and honk. Actually, I do understand it. Big ridge. Put it on the ridge. Run it down it. That's got a dry area in the middle there, but that's a pretty rock. I'm stopping with that one. Oh yeah, let's honk again. Here's a big ugly one. That one looks like it definitely could use heat. And this is the chalky cortex is sort of gone off of it. This is a hard one, hard cortex. Hard rock too. This one's rougher than that other one. See, if it's still cortex on the outside, then you want to abrade it a bunch, because even with abrading it a bunch, it just doesn't do much. See, I didn't hit it real hard because, you know, you don't want to hit real hard into a concavity right along that edge and kind of straighten out some of that concavity. But like all these rocks, you know, kind of comes in different quality. And you have to really watch, get in your mind a belief that a particular type of rock is all good. Because if you think that, you're likely to be incorrect. So somebody tell you, oh well, I got some whatever kind of rock to sell, and you're like, oh well, I'm gonna buy that because that's good. Well, I ain't seen it yet. You ain't hit it yet. I remember one time when I first started out, I went to a nap-in, and there was a guy there, which I didn't know him. He was a dealer, rock dealer. And he was an honest rock dealer, and I didn't know that either. But, so I started, you know, trying to negotiate with him on some rock, and he said, you got a bopper? I'm like, well, no. I said, here, you can borrow mine. Go ahead and, you know, hit any of it you want to. And I'm thinking to myself, what, is this guy nuts? I mean, you know, it's his rock, you sell it by the pound, and he's offering to me to hit it. I guess he must just be nice. And so really, you know, I didn't take him up on it. I was like, no, it's okay. I don't want to mess up your rock, you know, kind of crap. Well, little did I know that that's the way that things are that people that sell rock know that a lot of people want to test it first because they need to a lot of the time. It's really hard to just tell visually if the rock is okay. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible if you've seen every rock under the sun twice. There was a little steppy thing there and I hit it hard because I wanted to make sure I got past that. Dang it. That was an angle problem. And when you do that, you know, if you hit too hard in, you kind of crush it. So like is not anything you do after that is going to fail, so you normally would like to bevel that down and come on in. God, this thing's hard. See what happened? That's all battering up, chattering up. That's a tough rock. That a lot of time when you have, if you're wondering why you get steps, if you're getting steps kind of close to your edge, a lot of times it's going to be because your platform failed. And your platform failing can be your fault, but it can also be the rock. Now, when in doubt, I believe in blaming the rock, because you'd be silly not to. I mean, I've never met a rock yet that has an attorney, so. Y'all. Yes, that does make me unhappy. Well, about time to turn this off, and I probably will go to work on something else. since I don't care what I do and other things might be more informative. Dadgummit, I am not stopping till I get this done. This hump is coming off one way or the other. That hurt. Come on, that's as good as I can hit. Unbelievable. Super rock. Sometimes you just gotta lose width. Yes, I know I was just hitting on it in the air with no support. I know that. Unbelievable. Y'all, trying to come in and sort of isolate this thing a little or something. Okay. I got most of it. Kind of undercut the rest of it. Alright, I'm stopping. Be back.